guys, good morning. This is the end of week 2, the beginning of week 3. Let's cut to the photo op, and this time I'm doing a little before and after dynamic. And listen, while you're doing this, make a point of taking pictures just so you can better track the progress you're making, because frankly, there's nothing more motivating than progress. And you can see we're starting to chip away at what was a little bit of a soft underbelly there, so that's good news. All right, now let's cut to an example of the Loose Cannon Fitness audio workout system. Remember, this is the workout dynamic that you're using as part of the Muscular Christianity 90-day workout plan. I'm doing the daily today. This is coming right out of the book, and I'm using, as an example, dips. Now, sometimes if you have access to a bumper or a ledge or a stairwell, it's a convenient thing to do. Other times when you don't have access to that, here's a way that you can do it that accomplishes somewhat of the same thing, but without depending on the necessary facilities to get it done. So there you go, dips. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3. All right, here comes our Muscular Christianity commentary for this week. Are you ready? Today we're talking about the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Now, for some people, that's not a comfortable topic to discuss, but the bottom line is, if it didn't happen, it doesn't matter. But if it did happen, it changes everything. So if it did happen, well, how do you know it happened? Well, I don't have a selfie of me and my Messiah as he's making his exit out of the tomb, all right? So what we're looking at now is just the impact that Christianity has had on the human experience. There's an entire discipline that talks about this called Apologetics, and I'll put some resources as links at the end of this video. But for me, it boils down to 3 things. And the first thing I want to talk about, I categorize it as it booms. We're going to talk about 3 things. It booms, it fits, and it works. When I say it booms, I'm talking about the way it reverberates over the course of human history. The cross, the empty tomb, man, it's had a huge impact. It booms. You know, another reason why I like that word is because as a drummer, I've had a chance on occasion to play in arenas, and when you hit that kick drum in an arena, boom, man, it's cool. So the same thing applies, though, to the resurrection, in that you can't ignore it. I mean, it's there. You feel and you see its influence over the course of the last 2,000 years. The thing that makes it significant, though, is a lot of the time the actions of people who've championed the cause of Christ, these aren't people who've just spent their lives, they've given their lives. In other words, they were martyrs. And you see this even with the disciples. If you've been keeping up on the Muscular Christianity devotionals, you have just finished hearing about a guy named Chuck Colson. Chuck Colson was one of Nixon's inner circle, and when the Watergate scandal broke, every one of these guys, despite the fact that they were fiercely loyal to the president, scattered. And as Colson was taking all this in, as he was experiencing all this himself, he was also looking at the scriptures, and he saw something similar with the disciples in that they too scattered in the aftermath of Christ's execution. But then something happened that converted this band of cowards into champions of the gospel that would not be quiet. And a lot of them, well, all of them except John died a martyr's death. It's one thing to die for something that you believe in, but it's another thing entirely to die for something you know to be a lie. That doesn't happen. Do you hear that? Boom. You see what I'm getting at? It's not just people who spent their lives doing noble things in the name of Christ, believing that Christ came back to life. It's these same people who in many instances gave their lives. They were put to death because they refused to say that he was anything other than the Son of God, demonstrated by the fact that in the end, he beat death. Man. Boom. There you have it. Let's see, this is the end of week 2. So we're getting ready to kick off week 3. We'll see you next time.